stories. And listen, no shame in your game, guys. You should advertise on my show. Like you would make this is your audience. So you want to get tickets for that shit sold? You should be calling me. No offense. I'll be very nice to you if you call. But I'll even say great things about Teresa. Like I'm not above, being bought. Like you can pay me. You can't hijack my show. Like we had a past RHONJ animal co-host some days, and she, was very, very, very unethical in trying to just spin lies for one camp or another. Margaret was putting stuff in my ear. The bottom line is you could sway what I want to say here. You just got to pay me. And I don't mean like a $250 gift certificate. I mean, you have to pay my actual advertising rates. So call me Wives at Sea, but Teresa, but we have spies, guys. We have people who have slipped into the DMs that are going on Wives at Sea. And Wives at Sea, don't think just because you're listening, Teresa, you don't know who they are. I'm not saying if they're men or women, mothers or daughters, children or animals, but they're going to be watching you, Teresa and Dolores and Shannon. So we're going to get all the dirt from behind the scenes of what really happens at Wives at Sea. Because we got some ropers are going on the tour. Well, where are my Aussies at? Because now Teresa's going down under, and I heard Teresa's hit a new low, figuratively and literally. So, first of all, some Aussies are telling me that some of these ports are in danger from what's the word I'm looking for? Like they've had like a lot of rain, torrential storms in Australia, but this tour, this is a big tour. This Bring Back My Wives, with drag queens and Teresa and Whitney is going to Macquarie. I'm not pronouncing all these correctly. Penrith, Sydney, Carnaby, Melbourne, Brisbane, and the Gold Coast. Lots of stops. And one of my Aussies looked at tickets and says this is actual bullshit because, in addition to the ticket, if you're there and you want to get a VIP meet and greet with Teresa, the animal across the river, it is around $225. So Teresa obviously needs the money here, but I heard Teresa's hit a new low, figuratively and literally, because I heard, now I don't know if this is true. What do I know? I don't know anything. You guys, you think I know everything? But that's what's great about this job. We are allowed to hear something, we look into it, and we don't just talk about anything. Oh, and by the way, well, I'll save that for the next show. There's some unethical stuff that Teresa's team is doing. But I heard that Teresa, and this is from a really reliable source, that Teresa had one rate for this. It was all in negotiations for, it started a while ago. I mean, these things don't happen. Look at all these stops. And Teresa got more money than Whitney. And then they came to her and said, we need to like nothing was signed. They wanted to renegotiate her salary. And Teresa's like, well, I'm like the big fish. I'm the OG. I'm the star of the show. And apparently, this Bring Back My Wives was like, wait, let's just break this down. This woman over here named Whitney Rose is a current housewife on a current show on Bravo, which is actually doing well, Salt Lake City. And you are a fired housewife, or at least a housewife without a show. Now, I'm not saying Teresa's not going to come back to RHO and J. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. I got some other news about that. But the point is, at this point, you're like a wife without a show. So you don't have a show, and Whitney Rose has a show, and her show's doing well, and Whitney isn't getting fired. See, shocker, at the end of season 5, this is the problem with Salt Lake. They ain't making any changes, but I also think these shows have learned if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I guarantee you, Whitney, Barlow, Meredith, and her bathtub, and Bad Mormon, Gay, and Angie, I think, and Mary, everyone's coming back. Everybody's coming back at the end of this season. So Whitney's got a great future there. So they were like, she has a show, and she's a current housewife. You ain't getting more than her. So I heard that Teresa has hit a new low in the sense that they're like, take your new salary or leave it. And I also heard it's a lot under what she normally gets for an appearance type thing. Granted, it's a several day cruise, so she must be getting something. So I heard that. Look, Bravo has rejected Teresa's ultimatum. She's been saying all along she's not going back to Housewives if Melissa goes and or Margaret. I heard she was saying that from a very, very reliable source with screenshots that she's not going to BravoCon if Margaret goes. Seems like you're going to BravoCon if Margaret goes. And she just recently even said, very recently, it's still over with Melissa. I'll never speak to her again. Well, I now have new information on that. We'll deal with tomorrow. But point is, she is going to BravoCon. BravoCon has rejected Teresa's ultimatum, and they are like, you can either come to BravoCon or not. You're not in the driver's seat. So I think that's a lot of the reason for this New Jersey pause also. They needed to just take a whole year to God, Bravo is just sometimes they're so smart. What are we gonna do? I predicted you're keeping Luann and Ramona. You're firing Sonia because she's a drunk liability. You're firing Ebony because everyone blames her for the show being ruined. You're firing Leah because everyone hates her. I predicted that they were keeping Luann and Ramona. And what did they do? They have a whole reboot. So what? I mean, they always have a plan. I really think this was Bravo's plan all along. They laugh. Oh, David, you don't know anything. She'll never speak to Melissa again. Okay, we're going to squeeze the neck of Teresa, who needs the money. We are going to reject her ultimatum. And ultimately, you can say you won't do something, guys. Me too. I can say it. Well, you have to need money. If you need money, eventually you will cave in. So I think this was their plan all along. But that's her tour on the wives, and she's going on this thing with the wives, and we'll see how it goes. But I heard, I mean, does anyone of our Aussies want to go on that and let us know how it went? BravoCon's shocking update. So we've learned that apparently all of this, it's not still confirmed by Margaret and Melissa at this point that they're going, and Dolores, but what they're doing is they're saying that that means nothing for the future of New Jersey. Although I think it does. I think Margaret, Melissa, Dolores, and Teresa are now going to be back with four newbies or three newbies. And we covered that earlier this week. But I heard this is unconfirmed, but I heard this rumor that, it doesn't mean anything. Let's, not make it mean anything. And Bravo, to prove their point, because they don't want us all thinking we have New Jersey's future figured out, even though I think we do. I don't know why you would invite just these four if these weren't the four. And I think BravoCon, I think they're going to announce it there. We don't know the full cast, but coming back is Teresa Giudice, Melissa, Margaret. I mean, look, they dropped that about Salt Lake. They dropped it about New York. They love that. They love a big reveal. They're going to drop New Jersey there. That's the biggest thing people want to know. We're bringing back Teresa, Melissa, Margaret, and Dolores. I think that is why you're inviting them. Well, now they've put out this thing. It doesn't mean they're coming back to New Jersey. We're inviting tons of ex-housewives back to make a real splash. And these are the people that are rumored to be on the list. They want to make it the biggest BravoCon ever and really play into Love Hotel and really play into the fact that they're trying to bring back all of these ex people and look at the roster. It's kind of like this show. I say all the time.